Your kids don't deserve a party. My kids come first, my dad said while we planned the summer barbecue. My sister smirked. Yeah, cancel his little party, we're spending your money on my twin's birthday. I just nodded. That night, I canceled the venue, reversed every charge they'd run on my card, and donated the custom cake and favors in their kids' names. At 10:07 a.m., my mom texted, "They're screaming, why was everything canceled? Your kids don't deserve a party." Those words hit me like a gut punch, echoing in my head from my own father. It was right there as we were supposedly planning our annual summer barbecue. My sister, Amanda, just smirked, a venomous smile playing on her lips as she chimed in, "Yeah, cancel his little party. We're using your money for my twin's birthday." And I just nodded. But that night, something in me snapped. I didn't just cancel that venue. I reversed every single charge they dared to put on my card. And as for that custom cake and all those party favors, oh, they still got delivered. Just not to them. At 10:07 a.m. the next morning, my phone buzzed. It was Mom. Her text all in caps. They're screaming. Why was everything canceled? My name is Tyler, I'm 36, and if there's one brutal truth I've learned about family, it's this. Being dependable doesn't mean you're valued. It just means you're used. I grew up in a house where love was a privilege, not a given. Amanda, my sister, she got the spotlight. I got the bills. She was 3 years younger, but from the moment she was born, she was the favorite. Her mistakes? Oh, those were charming quirks. Mine. Pure disappointments. When she wrecked Dad's truck at 17, they just laughed it off and bought her a new car. Me. When I asked for college textbook money, Dad just looked over his newspaper and told me to plan better. By the time I hit 25, I was their go-to ATM. Rent was short? Call Tyler. Amanda needed her wedding funded? Call Tyler. Mom's car needed tires? Tyler's on it. Every single month, like clockwork, I wired money. I never said no. I genuinely believed that's what family did. I thought if I just stayed dependable, eventually they'd see me. Really see me. But they never did. I got married at 28 to my amazing wife, Sarah. We have 2 incredible kids, Jason, who's 8 now, and Emma, who just turned 6. They're good kids, you know? Quiet, thoughtful. The kind who always remember to say thank you. Amanda, she had twins 5 years ago, Mason and Parker. And wow, they're the complete opposite. Loud, spoiled, and constantly thrown in my face as the golden grandkids. Every family gathering, every single conversation revolved around them. Emma made the honor roll last year? Crickets. Parker learned to ride a bike? Cue the parade. Still, I kept funding things. Family dinners, holiday trips, all the gifts under the tree that had Amanda's name on them because she never had money, but she always had an image to maintain. Dad would clap her on the back, tell her she was doing great. Mom would hug her, call her their shining star. And me? I just stood in the corner holding the receipt. 3 months ago, Dad announced it. The annual summer barbecue was happening again. It's this huge tradition started when I was a kid. Extended family, friends, neighbors, easily 60 people. Always at a rented venue because our backyard just wasn't big enough. And every single year, I was the one who paid for it. This year? No different. Dad called me in April, told me we needed to book the pavilion at Grandview Park. Just stated it like it was my job, like I'd already agreed. So I called the venue, reserved the date, dropped an $800 deposit on my credit card. Then came the catering. Amanda insisted on the same barbecue company from last year. Their ribs are perfect, she declared. So I called them, booked the full package, pulled pork, brisket, ribs, coleslaw, cornbread, drinks, dessert. Another $1,200 on my card. Next, decorations. Amanda decided the twins loved superheroes. So, naturally, the theme had to be comic book characters. Banners, balloons, tablecloths, centerpieces. She sent me links to exactly what she wanted. I ordered them. $300. And the cake? Amanda found a custom baker. A 3-tier design, edible superhero figures of the twins. The quote. $500. I paid the deposit. By mid-June, I'd spent over $2,800 on a party that was supposedly for the whole family. But I knew the truth. It was for Amanda. It was always for Amanda. 2 weeks before the event, Dad called a planning meeting. I drove over after work, stomach tight, a heavy feeling in my gut. I thought surely they couldn't humiliate me any more than they already had. The next hour proved me brutally, utterly wrong. Amanda was already sprawled on the couch, phone out, scrolling through party ideas. Mom sat next to her, nodding along like a bobblehead. Dad was in his recliner, TV on mute. The moment I sat down, the air shifted. Dad didn't even look at me, just stared at the screen. We need to talk about the party. I just nodded, pulling out my phone, ready to confirm vendor details. Then Amanda spoke. That tone. The one she used when she wanted something, when she knew she'd get her way. I was thinking the twins' birthday is 2 days after the barbecue. We should just combine the events. Make it a dual celebration. I blinked. The barbecue is for the whole family, I said, my voice probably sounding weaker than I intended. It always has been. She waved her hand dismissively like I just uttered nonsense. Yeah, but let's be real. The twins are the center of attention anyway. We might as well make it official. We can do their birthday cake at the barbecue. Everyone wins. Mom smiled a little too brightly. That sounds lovely, Amanda. The twins deserve a big celebration. My jaw tightened. I already ordered a cake for the barbecue, I said, trying to keep my voice even. A neutral design. For everyone. Amanda rolled her eyes. Cancel it. We need the superhero cake. The twins will be crushed if we don't do their theme. Dad finally looked at me. His face was flat, completely devoid of emotion. Tyler, this isn't a big deal. Just cancel your order and let Amanda handle the cake. I stared at him. I already paid the deposit. The baker doesn't do refunds. Amanda actually laughed. It was sharp. Mean. Then take the loss. You're always talking about how much you do for this family. Prove it. The room went silent. Mom looked down at her lap. Dad turned back to the TV. Amanda just smirked, a cold, calculating look in her eyes. Something in my chest just cracked. So, I managed, my voice hoarse. You want me to cancel the cake I paid for and let you take over? Amanda leaned forward, her voice dripping with condescension. Not just the cake, Tyler. The whole party. Let's be honest, your kids don't really need this. Jason and Emma are fine with whatever. My twins have been talking about this for months. They deserve the spotlight. And then my own father nodded. He spoke so casually, like it was an undeniable fact. She's right. Your kids don't need a big party. They're not the type. Amanda's boys are different. They're special. This is their time. Mom added softly, almost an afterthought, and you have been so generous already, Tyler. Maybe this year you can step back and let Amanda shine. Amanda's grin widened. Yeah, cancel his little party. We are using your money for my twins' birthday. It just makes more sense. I sat there. My hands were shaking, but not from fear. From a cold, steady rage. I looked at my father, the man who taught me to ride a bike, who used to ruffle my hair and call me champ. He wouldn't meet my eyes. I looked at my mother, the woman who packed my lunches with little notes inside. She was staring at her lap, avoiding my gaze. And Amanda? Still smirking, waiting for me to fold like I always did. I took a slow, deep breath. Okay, I said. Amanda's grin split her face. See? That wasn't hard. Good. Glad we're all on the same page. I stood up, put my phone in my pocket. I'll take care of it. Mom looked relieved. Thank you, Tyler. You're such a good son. Amanda called after me as I walked to the door. Make sure you confirm the superhero cake with the baker. I'll send you the design later. I didn't answer. I just walked out. I got in my car. I sat in their driveway, engine off, gripping the steering wheel so hard my knuckles were white. They wanted me to cancel my order. They wanted me to fund their celebration. They wanted me to just disappear so Amanda could shine. I stared at their house, lights warm, curtains drawn. Inside they were probably laughing, planning, celebrating their victory. But something had changed. Something inside me had finally, irrevocably broken. And then it reformed. Harder. I started the car. The drive home was silent, the streetlights blurring past. Dad's flat voice, Amanda's smirk, Mom's downcast eyes. Your kids don't deserve a party. Those words looped in my head, over and over like a broken record. I thought about Jason, so excited, asking if he could bring his friend, if there'd be a bounce house. His face had lit up when I said maybe. He'd run to tell Emma. They'd spent a week drawing pictures of what they thought the party would look like. Balloons. Streamers. I thought about Emma. Her little list of games, tag, hide and seek, water balloons. She'd folded it into a tiny square, tucked it into my wallet so I wouldn't forget. I still had it. Now their party was gone. Erased. Handed over to Amanda's twins like it had never mattered. I pulled into my driveway, sat there with the engine running. Sarah had left the porch light on for me. I could see her silhouette moving past the kitchen window. She'd be waiting to hear how the meeting went, but I couldn't move. I thought about every single time I had said yes. Every time I had wired money. Every time I had swallowed my pride and played the role they wanted. The dependable son, the invisible provider, the one who never complained. Amanda's wedding? I paid for the rehearsal dinner. $6,000. She never even said thank you. Posted photos on social media, tagged everyone but me. Dad needed a new roof? He called me not Amanda. Told me I was the responsible one. I took out a loan, $15,000. Paid it off over 3 years. He never mentioned it again. Mom's hospital bills 2 years ago? $8,000. Amanda claimed she was too broke to help. I covered it. Mom hugged me, called me her angel. A month later, she bought Amanda a new laptop because hers was slow. Every birthday, every holiday, every family trip, I funded them all. I smiled through every dismissal. I nodded through every insult. I convinced myself it was love. But it wasn't love. It was convenience. Finally, I turned off the engine. Walked inside. Sarah looked up from the sink, a warm smile on her face. How did it go? I didn't answer right away. Just stood there. She dried her hands, walked over, placed a gentle hand on my arm. Tyler? They want me to cancel everything, I said, the words surprisingly steady. They want the party to be for Amanda's twins. They said our kids don't deserve it. Her face changed. The smile dropped. What? I repeated it slowly, every devastating word. Dad's dismissal. Amanda's smirk. Mom's silence. Sarah's eyes filled with something sharp, something I hadn't seen in a long time. And what did you say? She asked, her voice low. I looked at her. I said, okay. She stared at me. Okay? I nodded. Walked past her into my office. Closed the door. Sat at my desk, opened my laptop. My credit card account loaded on the screen. Every charge from the past 2 months. Venue deposit. Catering. Decorations. $2,800. All for a party I was no longer invited to control. I stared at the screen, my chest tight, throat burning. Jason's drawings, Emma's folded list, their excited faces. And then Amanda's smirk. I clicked on the venue's website. Contact page. Email. I started typing. The venue responded within 20 minutes. I'd sent a short email, unforeseen circumstances. The event coordinator, Michelle, called me directly. Mr. Bennett, I'm sorry to hear you need to cancel. Is everything all right? My voice was steady. Family conflict. Better to cancel now. She understood. Our cancellation policy allows a full refund if you cancel more than 2 weeks in advance. You're within that window. Perfect. Please process the refund. Done. $800 back. 1 down. Next, the catering company. Voicemail. I left my confirmation number. They called at 9 a.m. the next morning. Greg, the manager, sounded frustrated. We already prepped half the order. Bought the meat. Scheduled staff. I understand, but I need to cancel. What's your policy? He sighed. Normally, we keep 50% for cancellations within 2 weeks, but if you cancel now, we can refund 70%. I'll take it. $840 back. The decoration order. I logged into the party supply website. Clicked cancel. The superhero banners and balloons were custom, non-refundable. But the generic items? Tablecloths, centerpieces? Refunded. Another $150. Then the cake. This was harder. The baker's policy was strict. No refunds on custom orders once the design was approved. I'd sent Amanda's superhero sketch. The baker had started. I called anyway. A kind voice answered. I explained, family disagreement. Party's not happening. I asked if the order could be redirected. A moment of silence. I can't refund the deposit, but I can redirect the cake. I can donate it to a local children's charity. They host events for kids in need. I've done it before. I sat up. Can you put a message on it? Something in the twins' names? She hesitated. Like a dedication? Exactly. Sure. What do you want it to say? I thought about it. Donated in honor of Mason and Parker. Wishing joy to children everywhere. That's sweet. I'll make sure the charity sends a thank you note. Can you send it to the donors? The family who originally ordered it. She paused. I can include their email on the donation receipt. I gave her Amanda's email, Mom's, Dad's. They'll get the receipt tomorrow morning. The charity will include photos of the kids enjoying the cake. I thanked her, hung up, leaned back in my chair. A cold clarity settled in my chest. Not satisfaction yet. Just clarity. I opened my credit card app. Flagged every charge Amanda had made without asking. Decorations she'd ordered last month, party favors, goodie bags, Another $400 I hadn't even noticed. Called the credit card company. Reported them as unauthorized purchases. Fraud case. Charges reversed within the hour. I saved every confirmation email. The next morning I woke early. Sarah was still asleep. I made coffee, sat at the kitchen table. Checked my email. Venue refund, processed overnight. Catering confirmation, sent. Decoration supplier, cancellation notice received. Everything was gone. Erased. Like the party had never existed. I felt nothing. My phone buzzed. Text from Mom. Good morning, honey. Can you confirm the final head count for the barbecue? Amanda wants to finalize the seating chart. I stared at the message. No reply. Another text 10 minutes later, this time from Amanda. Did you get the superhero cake confirmed? The baker needs the final design by today. I set my phone down. Sipped my coffee. Watched the sun rise. Sarah came downstairs, looked at me. Did you do it? I nodded. It's done. She sat across from me. How do you feel? I thought about it. I don't know yet. She reached across the table, squeezed my hand. You did the right thing. I wasn't sure if I believed her, but I didn't take it back. By noon, my phone was ringing off the hook. Dad. I let it go to voicemail. He called again. Ignored. Text. Tyler, call me. We need to talk about the party. No response. Amanda called next. Declined. Again. Declined again. Text. What's your problem? Why aren't you answering? I turned my phone face down. At 2 p.m. Mom called. I picked up. Her voice was tight. Tyler, what is going on? Amanda is very upset. She says you're ignoring her. I'm busy. Busy with what? The party is in 2 weeks. We need you to finalize things. There's nothing to finalize. Pause. What does that mean? It means the party is canceled. Silence. Tyler, that's not funny. I'm not joking. Her voice rose. You can't cancel the party. It's already planned. People are expecting it. Then they'll be disappointed. Tyler, this is ridiculous. You're being childish. Something snapped. I'm being childish? You told me my kids don't deserve a party. You told me to step back so Amanda could shine. I did exactly what you asked. I stepped back. She stammered. That's not what we meant. That's exactly what you meant. Tyler, please don't do this. Amanda will be devastated. Amanda will survive. She always does. I hung up. My hands were shaking, but my voice had been steady. Cold. Felt good. Sarah was standing in the doorway. She'd heard everything. They're going to lose it. I know. Are you ready for that? I looked at her. I've been ready my whole life. I just didn't know it yet. An hour later, the baker sent the donation receipt. To Amanda's email. To Mom's. To Dad's. It included a thank you message from the children's charity, with photos of kids smiling around a 3-tier superhero cake. The caption read, "This generous donation was made in honor of Mason and Parker. Thank you for spreading joy." I imagined Amanda opening that email. Reading those words. Imagine the exact moment she realized where her cake had gone. I didn't smile. I just waited. At exactly 10:07 a.m. the next morning, almost exactly 24 hours after the first cancellation text, my phone exploded. The first message, Mom. All caps. They're screaming. Why was everything canceled? I set my phone down. Opened my laptop. Pulled up every confirmation email, every receipt, every refund notice. Organized them into a folder, barbecue evidence. My phone kept buzzing. Text after text, call after call. I ignored them all. I focused on the screen. Venue cancellation, processed, refunded. Timestamp, 2 days ago, 11:43 p.m. Screenshot. Catering cancellation, processed, refunded. Greg's signature, $840. Screenshot. Decoration order, canceled, partial refund. Screenshot. Cake donation, charity receipt, photos of kids eating their superhero cake. Amanda's name listed as the honorary donor. Screenshot everything. Unauthorized charges flagged. $400 reversed. Fraud case confirmed. Saved it. New document. Timeline. Every event, conversation, payment over the past 6 months. Dates, amounts, screenshots. PDF. Saved. My phone rang again. Amanda. I let it ring. Voicemail. Her voice was shaking. Tyler, I don't know what kind of game you're playing, but this isn't funny. The venue called me. They said you canceled. The caterer said the same thing. The baker sent me some insane email about donating the cake to charity. What the hell is going on? I deleted it. Dad called. Voicemail. His voice was hard. Tyler, you need to fix this now. I don't care what your problem is. You don't get to ruin this for your sister. Call me back. Deleted that one too. Sarah walked into the office. Arms crossed. How bad is it? I turned the laptop toward her. Showed her the folder, the screenshots, the timeline. She read through it, her face neutral. You're really doing this? I already did it. She looked at me. They're going to come here. I know. What are you going to tell them? The truth. She nodded slowly. Then I'm staying. I didn't argue. By noon, the messages turned desperate. Mom sent a long text about not understanding why I was being so cruel, about Amanda crying all morning, about the twins asking why their birthday cake was gone, about me breaking the family apart. I read it twice. Replied, you told me to step back. I stepped back. She replied immediately, that's not what I meant and you know it. It's exactly what you meant. No reply after that. Amanda sent a different kind of message. Fine. You want to be petty? Be petty. But you're paying for a new venue, a new caterer, a new cake. You owe me. I stared at that message for a long time. Thought about replying. Thought about explaining. But I didn't. I just blocked her number. Dad sent one final text. You've always been a disappointment, Tyler. But this is a new low. Don't bother coming to any future family events. You're not welcome. I saved that text. Added it to the folder. Sarah read it over my shoulder. I'm sorry. Don't be. Are you okay? I thought about it. I think so. She kissed the top of my head. I'm proud of you. That night I printed everything. The emails, the screenshots, the timeline, the receipts. I put them in a red folder. Wrote, Family Contributions 2019 to 2024, on the front. Inside, I detailed every payment I'd made over the past 5 years. Every wire transfer, every loan, every expense I'd covered. The total came to $83,000. I stared at that number. All those times I'd said yes. All the times I'd smiled through the dismissal. All the times I'd convinced myself it was love. I closed the folder. Put it in my desk drawer. I didn't know if I'd ever show it to them. But I needed to see it. I needed the proof. I needed to know I wasn't crazy. I wasn't the problem. They were. They showed up at my door 3 days later. All of them. Dad, Mom, Amanda, even the twins. I was on the couch with Jason and Emma watching a movie. Sarah answered the door. She looked back at me, her eyes asking the question. I nodded. She let them in. Amanda stormed into the living room first. Her face was red, her eyes wild. What is wrong with you? I didn't stand up. Just looked at her. What do you mean? She laughed. Sure. Mean. Don't play dumb. You canceled everything. The venue, the caterer, the cake. You ruined my twin's birthday. I didn't ruin anything, I said, my voice calm. I just stopped paying for it. Dad stepped forward, his voice loud. You had no right to cancel without asking us. I had every right, I replied, meeting his gaze. I paid for it. It was my money. My reservation. My order. Mom's voice was shaking. Tyler, please. This isn't like you. You've always been so generous. Generous? I scoffed. That's a nice word for it. Amanda's hands were trembling. Do you have any idea what you've done? The twins have been crying for days. They don't understand why their party is gone. I looked at Mason and Parker standing behind Amanda. They did look confused, sad. I felt a flicker of guilt, but then I thought about Jason and Emma. Their drawings. Their excitement. Their faces when I would have had to tell them the party wasn't for them anymore. I'm sorry they're upset, I said, my voice flat. But that's not my problem. Amanda's jaw dropped. Not your problem? You're their uncle. And Jason and Emma are your niece and nephew. But that didn't stop you from saying they don't deserve a party. The room went silent. Amanda blinked. I didn't mean it like that. Yes, you did. Dad's face was turning red. This is ridiculous. You're acting like a child. I stood up. Looked him straight in the eye. You told me my kids don't deserve a party. You said Amanda's twins are special. You said I should step back. I did exactly what you asked. We didn't mean for you to cancel everything. Then what did you mean? She stammered. We thought You thought I would keep paying. You thought I would smile and nod and let Amanda take over. You thought I would disappear like I always do. Amanda's voice cracked. So what? You're punishing us because your feelings got hurt. I laughed. It was cold. Punishing you? I'm not punishing anyone. I'm just done being your atem. Dad pointed at me. You owe your sister an apology and you owe us a new party. I stared at him. I don't owe you anything. He stepped closer. We're your family. Family doesn't treat each other the way you've treated me. Mom started crying. Tyler, please don't do this. We can fix this. There's nothing to fix. The party is canceled. The money is refunded. It's over. Amanda's voice turned vicious. You're pathetic. You know that? You've always been pathetic. This is why nobody respects you. Sarah's hand landed firmly on my shoulder. I think it's time for you all to leave. Dad glared at her. Stay out of this. Sarah's voice was calm but steel-edged. This is my house and I'm asking you to leave. Amanda grabbed the twins' hands. Fine. We're leaving, but don't expect us to forgive you. You're not family anymore. Good, I said. She froze. Stared at me. What? You heard me. If being family means being used, I don't want it. Mom sobbed. Tyler, you don't mean that. I mean every word. Dad's face twisted. You're going to regret this. The only thing I regret is waiting this long. They left. The door slammed. The house was quiet. Jason and Emma were staring at me, their faces pale. I knelt down. I'm sorry you had to see that. Jason spoke softly. Are we still having a party? I looked at Sarah. She smiled. We're having a better one. Emma's voice was small. Just for us. Just for you. They hugged me tight. My phone buzzed. Another text from the charity. Thank you again for your generous donation. The children love the cake. We'd love to feature your family in our newsletter. I showed Sarah. She laughed. Amanda is going to lose her mind. Good. That night, the charity posted photos on social media. The superhero cake, smiling kids. Caption: Special thanks to the Bennett family for this incredible donation in honor of Mason and Parker. Amanda's friends started tagging her, congratulating her. She didn't respond, but I knew she saw it. I knew she was seething. I slept better that night than I had in years. The fallout came in waves. Extended family calls. Mom's group text claiming I sabotaged Amanda's birthday, that I was cruel and selfish. Some believed her, sent angry messages. Others asked for my side. I sent them the screenshots, the receipts, the timeline. Every payment for 5 years. Dad's text about my kids not deserving a party. Amanda's demanding message. Most went quiet. A few apologized. One cousin admitted she always knew Amanda was the favorite, but never realized how bad it was. Amanda tried to salvage her twins' birthday. Posted for venue recommendations, catering contacts. Tried to recreate my planned party. Too late. Most vendors were booked, others charged premium rates. She ended up with a small backyard party. 20 people, pizza, a grocery store cake. The twins cried because it wasn't the superhero theme. Amanda blamed me in every group chat. I didn't respond. Didn't engage. I just moved forward. 2 weeks after the canceled barbecue, Sarah and I threw a party for Jason and Emma. We rented a small pavilion at a different park. Invited their friends. Ordered their favorite foods. Got a bounce house. We played their games. Water balloons, tag, hide and seek. Emma's folded list came out of my wallet. I checked off every single item. Jason brought Marcus. They spent the whole afternoon laughing. At the end, Jason hugged me. This was the best day ever. Emma chimed in, can we do it again next year? Absolutely. Sarah took photos, posted them online. Celebrating our amazing kids. Within an hour, Amanda had blocked us both. Mom called a week later. Her voice was small. Tyler, I miss you. I miss you too, I said. Can we fix this? That depends, I told her. On whether you're ready to see me. Really see me. Not as the ATM. Not as the backup plan. But as your son. She was quiet for a long time. I don't know if I can do that. Then we don't have anything to fix. She hung up. I haven't heard from her since. Dad never called. He sent one final email. Short. You've made your choice. Live with it. I did. Amanda tried to guilt me through mutual friends, claiming I was bitter, jealous, small. That I couldn't handle her kids being more important. I didn't defend myself. I didn't argue. I just let her talk. The truth was already out there. Anyone who wanted the real story could find it. Months passed. The anger faded. The hurt dulled. I stopped checking my phone for their messages. Stopped wondering if they would apologize. Stopped waiting for them to change. I focused on my life. My wife. My kids. My peace. Jason made the honor roll again. I framed it, hung it in the living room. Emma started piano lessons, played her first recital. I recorded every second. Sarah and I took the kids on a weekend trip. The beach, sandcastles, sunset. Nobody called. Nobody texted. Nobody demanded anything. It was quiet. It was simple. It was ours. One night, Sarah asked me if I regretted it. Cutting them off. Walking away. I thought about it. All the years I spent trying to earn their love. All the money I spent trying to prove my worth. All the times I convinced myself that if I just gave a little more, they would finally see me. I looked at her. No. I don't regret it. Good. I should have done it sooner. She smiled. You did it when you were ready. That's what matters. She was right. I spent 36 years being invisible, being used, being the family safety net. I thought that's what love looked like. I thought sacrifice meant value. But love isn't supposed to hurt. It's not supposed to take and never give back. It's not supposed to make you feel small. Real love lifts you up. It sees you. It respects you. It doesn't demand your silence in exchange for acceptance. I found that love in my wife, in my kids, in the family I built, not the one I was born into. And for the first time in my life I felt free. The red folder still sits in my desk drawer. I haven't opened it since the day I closed it. I don't need to. I know what's inside. I know the truth. I'm not the problem. I never was. I was just the only one willing to see it.